Hello, welcome to today's panel session to discuss AMI online training, powering your marketing career. My name is Tim Nicholas and I'll be your moderator today. Firstly, I'd like to thank our partner Redback Conferencing for providing the facilities here in their Sydney studio. It's now my pleasure to introduce our panel. Lee Tonito, CEO of the Australian Marketing Institute, and Jody Sangster, CEO of ADMAR. They're here to talk about their partnership to launch AMI online training using ADMAR's new IQ learning software platform. Lee, can I start with you? Why is AMI partnering with ADMAR to offer AMI online training?
Thanks, Tim. What I'd like to do is actually provide a little strategic context to our partnership. The Australian Marketing Research shows, or Australian Marketing Institute research shows, that 1 in 2 adults in the working population have something to do with marketing in their roles. And I'd ask you, who doesn't want to, as a business, increase customers, retain customers, or improve the customer experience? There's certainly a very high demand today and into the future for marketing. According to Australian Bureau of Statistics, there's some 60,000 marketers in Australia, and this number is expected by 2020 to double. Also, according to LinkedIn survey, a recent survey by LinkedIn, some 16 out of the top 25 jobs in Australia require marketing skills. And so that's some of the background of why the Australian Marketing Institute and ADMAR have joined together for the first time, joined forces as the 2 leading professional marketing associations in Australia to foster growth in marketing skills. Both organisations are committed to ensuring we raise marketing capability and also capacity in the Australian workforce. And it's really all about closing the skill gap, fostering innovation, and also opening new career paths. And as I said, marketing skills are really in demand by employers and are central to driving innovation and growth.
Thanks, Lee. Jody, could I ask you, would you explain some background as to why ADMAR has launched IQ and some of the benefits of partnering with AMI to the marketing profession?
Sure. So about a year ago, we were starting to get a lot of feedback from the marketing industry saying we really need the marketing skills of the future. So we've got people in our organisations who have got traditional marketing skills, but really they're not quite right for the skills that we're going to need moving into the future. So looking at things like data and technology and content marketing and the new form of creativity and kind of holding it all together, customer experience. So we really saw that there was a gap there, and that gap needs to be filled if we are, as an industry, going to kind of move forward into the future. So we took about kind of investing in education and making sure that we had the right programs in place, or the right courses in place, to allow businesses to put their marketers through those programs and bring them out a much more well-rounded 360 marketer. So that was kind of the reason we did it and the reason behind it. Why are we partnering? Because both of our jobs as associations is to make sure that we're delivering to our members and to make sure that we're reaching as many marketers as possible in Australia to provide the skills that they're going to need to make sure that they remain relevant into the future. And doing that through our kind of joint membership basis is why really we've come together to do that.
Okay, that's great. Lee, can I ask you, what does AMI consider are the key training needs for today's marketers?
Tim, from our member research, the key competencies that marketers need for the future are very much aligned to what's required by employers. And they can be broken down to around 7 areas. So starting off with customer insight and consumer understanding, analytics and measurement, data science, content creation, understanding how to drive all of the new technology, so being technically able, service and user design, entering into the field of customer journey mapping and really getting into design thinking areas. Non-domain skills are also really important in terms of change management, because the marketing team really understands customer pain points and has the capacity to transform organisations and certainly take them to a better place. And finally, one of the things through leadership is managing diversity. Leadership is a very important area, and in addition to managing diversity, it's really all about the reduction of unconscious bias in decision making, and marketers also are well placed to assist in that in business.
Okay. And what would be the preferred format for learning that we've learned from AMI members through research and surveys?
To stay up to date with the latest in marketing practice, as you can imagine, marketers are, like the rest of us, fairly time poor, and training needs to be delivered when members want it and how they want it. And from our research, we know that 2/3 of our members prefer short online courses, so that's some 2/3, so that's the vast majority, and 1/3 prefer undertaking multi-day online courses. And with AMI online training, it's truly a smart and very flexible online training solution to meet the needs of our busy marketing executives.
Sure, okay. Jodie, can I ask you, how are employers responding to industry training?
Look, I think it's an absolute given that employers need to start, they are, and they need to continue to invest in their employees to make sure that they've got getting the most value out of the people they have in their marketing teams, and making sure that their marketers can truly start delivering on a number of the things that Lee's talked about in terms of content or technology. And without those skills, really, the marketers aren't going to be able to deliver for the business. I think where we've got to is that initially employers were going out to the market to try and find new people to bring into the organisation to solve a marketing problem for them. But where we've got to now is this realisation that the unicorn doesn't exist. The person who can do, who is really data savvy, who understands all the technology, who really is kind of very clever in content, who's got the creative arm as well. That person in its as a sole person probably doesn't exist, and that's why we call them the unicorn. So I think what employers are realising is that they're going to have to upskill their teams and make sure they're taking people who have got those inherent skills and making sure they boost them through training so that they can create a marketing team with all of those skills as part of it, but perhaps not just in one person. So we're seeing much more investment in education, much more investment in making sure that organisations, particularly big corporations, have those marketing skills of the future. So it's a great sign to see.
Great, okay. Lee, could you tell us a little bit about the AMI online training course structure and how they're advantageous to AMI members, please?
Yes, there's some 40 online courses, an incredibly broad library of materials, and with AMI online training, students can opt to do full certificates. They can take advantage of the training's modular structure and undertake courses, or indeed a single module. The major benefit for AMI members is that they will save 25% off the standard course pricing. So from just $150 for a single module, it's truly great value. The AMI online training courses will strengthen your industry qualifications and fuel progress in your career. A very simple structure. There's 20 short courses starting at $265, including content marketing, data, programmatic buying, search and social media. 4 certificates starting at $2,100, covering analytics, content marketing, digital marketing and marketing technology. And I think an important point to bear in mind that anyone that completes a course, that gives credit to being part of their certificate if they decide to undertake a certificate, and similarly if they do a module, that also provides credit into the course. It's very easy, very flexible and very modular. Of the 16 modules, there's a fantastic wealth of information on social media channels, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn. Also, really good snapshots on the disciplines of content mapping, or if mobile's your thing, the mobile marketing toolbox. And once again, all of the modules are priced very well from an entry point of $150.
Okay, sounds very flexible and easy to do. How can AMI online training help our members who are finding it difficult to commit the time that they need to do the training and professional education?
Yes, well, all of us are time poor, and AMI online training is perfect for the time poor marketing professional. The trainings are synchronous, and what that means is that the training doesn't have to occur at predetermined times or regular intervals. You can access the training when it really suits you. The platform allows access to training courses where the members want it, which is just perfect for members with a very hectic travel schedule, time zone neutral. They can access it when they want. Support is also available 24/7, and so when the time is right for them to undertake their learning, AMI online training is available.
Okay. Jodie, can I ask you, what are your thoughts on how marketers can improve their skills?
I think what we've talked about today is the structured training courses, if you're really looking to upskill or cross-skill in specific areas. But I think that goes hand in hand with making sure that you're also using the other opportunities that are out there. So as much as you can do training courses and should do training courses to bring yourself up to a level of understanding, it's then taking that knowledge and learning and then applying it in your role. I think the statistic is that 80% of learning is actually done on the job. So taking skills that you've learnt in a course, applying them directly to your workplace, and then iterating as you go along, learning from your colleagues and peers is another way to make sure that you can keep your learning up to date and current. And I think also through both of our associations, we have a lot of activities going on an ongoing basis, your seminars, your lunch and learns, all of those sorts of things, which are just little snapshots of information, but really kind of go towards making you a much more rounded marketer. So I think my advice would be, yes, absolutely, get your teeth into training, but make sure you're supplementing that, keeping yourself in the industry, keeping yourself up to date with what's going on through all of the other means that you can do through the various associations.
And that's quite a good segue to the next question I'd like to ask Lee, which is for members who want to continue with face-to-face learning and other learning formats, what are the options available to them?
Yes, for those members and business executives that prefer a classroom setting, we have a number of options. In terms of our fundamental workshops, we also have master workshops and an exciting new series which links to those competencies I spoke to earlier around marketing thought leadership. So as Jodie said, learning can occur on the job. Learning can occur through a formal setting of training, whether that be online or in a classroom setting, or indeed lunch and learn series through in the AMI webinar series, great events, whether they be national summits or breakfasts that occur around our states. The other thing that we find our members truly value is the networking. So learning by listening to others through a networked conversation is also invaluable.
So by going to ami.org.au, they'll find out about all the current face-to-face training and events that are available. That's great. Great, thank you, Lee. Thank you, Jodie. Just to thank our viewers for watching today, we'd like to give away a free trial of AMI online learning, so you can see for yourself how the new platform really does power your marketing career. Now, there's a saving of $150 per module for the first 100 students that take up this offer up to Saturday the 30th of April. So to redeem the offer, please go to ami.org.au/online training, click through to AMI online training, choose the module that you'd like to do, and then during the checkout process, use the promo code that's on your screen, AMI trial. Just note there's a limit of one trial per person. Thanks again for everyone for watching the webinar. We hope it got you thinking about your own training and development, and you'll find AMI online training was the ideal solution for you. Thanks again.